Hello everyone, Joshua Gillespie here. I know I haven't made a video in a while, and I apologize for that. But for Christmas this year, instead of doing a review, and instead of doing something else I had planned, because I'm sick, I've decided that I'm going to answer a big question. Now, I get a lot of emails, and one that I get in particular is, I've seen your review of Muppet Monster Adventure, but how much of a Muppet fan are you really? Well, let me explain. See, I've been a Muppet. Hold on. These glasses are hurting my head. That's better. Yeah. Anyway, I've been a. Excuse me. Sorry about that. As I was saying, I've been a Muppet fan for a long time. And so, for this Christmas, I'm not only going to review every theatrical Muppet film, I'm also going to review every Muppet Christmas special. So with that, let's begin with the first Muppet movie, the Muppet movie. The way I'm going to review these is I'm going to talk briefly about the plot, then I'm going to talk about what I like, what I don't like, and where it ranks overall in my favorite Muppet films. So, let's begin. So what's the plot of our movie? Well, it's about how the Muppets got together. See, Kermit the Frog was persuaded by a talent agent to go to Hollywood to go to an audition to become rich and famous. On the way there, he meets a lot of familiar faces such as Fozzie Bear, Miss Piggy, Gonzo the Great, and the rest of the Muppets. And in this musical adventure, they find their way to Hollywood while being chased by a restaurant owner looking to use Kermit the Frog in a series of commercials for his frog leg restaurant, but then decides he wants to just kill Kermit and use the stuffed version of him in the commercials. So what do I like about the movie? Well, most everything about it. The story is simple, yet it's enough to keep the viewers interested. The characters, of course, are very memorable, and the songs are very memorable too. This probably one of the best Muppet soundtracks and one of the best scores. Songs like The Rainbow Connection, Moving Right Along, those are some of the best known Muppet songs. But it also has a lot of songs that aren't very well known but are still great, such as I Hope That Something Better Comes Along, I'm Going to Go Back There Someday. Just great, they're just great tunes, and just looking at the songs, America, that's a great scene. If you just look up America from the Muppet movie, hilarious and very patriotic. And speaking of that, the jokes in this movie, just hilarious, quotable, stuff like Bear Left, Frog Right, The Fork in the Road, running gags such as, the myth, yes, and Have You Tried Hare Krishna? Almost every scene in this movie has something you'll laugh about. And the message of this movie, to never give up your dream or to pursue your dreams with friends, sure, it's a bit cliche even for a Muppet movie, but the way they use it is, it's very emotionally driven, and that makes it work perfectly, and in some cases it might even tug at your heartstrings a little. The scenes in this movie are just fascinating to look at, such as Kermit riding the bike, and when he's singing Rainbow Connection. Jim Henson was actually underwater when he performed that. He was in a little tiny space underwater, and he was performing Kermit there, and they were giving him oxygen while he was doing it. That's dedication to your work. The celebrity cameos, which would become a staple for later Muppet movies, are great in this one. People like Bob Hope, Steve Martin, Paul Williams, who actually wrote the songs for this movie, Orson Welles. Orson Welles is in this movie. That's pretty awesome. Basically, this is a near perfect Muppet movie. Now, notice I said near perfect. I do have some problems with this movie, but most of them are nitpicking. there are some scenes where you can see where Kermit is cut off, like where his arm it, where like Jim's arm is, and there's some where you can see where they put, like where Frank would like put his arm to do Fozzie's hands. You can see those. I mean, I just always wondered why they never tried to edit that out or crop it out, whatever. I mean, you go look at my videos, you can usually see my arm, so I guess I'm not one to point fingers. But I know I probably will get a lot of hate mail for this, but I never liked the song Never Before, Never Again. I never wanted to hear it before, and I never want to hear it again. But yeah, I know it's a Miss Piggy song, so it's going to be very overdramatic, but this one just goes way, way too far, and it just, to me, it always seemed like filler, like they just needed one more song, so they just crammed that in there. Usually when that scene comes on, I use it as a bathroom break, so, but I mean, other than that, those are the only problems I really have with the movie, and like I said, they are nitpicking. Overall, this is probably one of my absolute favorite Muppet movies, and I'd probably rank it number 2. I highly recommend it. It's on Netflix, like instant view, so if you have that, definitely check it out. It's a hilarious and inspiring movie, and really paved the way for the future films.